Rick Ross said something to say he couldn't wait to run downstairs too, and he and he made a diss track called Champagne Moments.
Drake had a hilarious comeback to Rick Ross's diss track allegations about his nose job, firing back with a warning of more musical payback against the rapper in a social media post on Sunday.
So I would walk in a Weezy session, this what you doing? Yeah. And it's like one of them things, he just give me the nod. I come up with a verse right there and vice versa. The next time or two I was in the studio with Wayne, I met him, and it was just genuine. He was just a cool young nigga, you know what I'm saying? You just seen, nigga just wanted to win.
After Drake's supposedly genuine track, Push-Ups Drop and Give Me 50, leaked on Saturday, Ross dropped his own diss track titled Champagne Moments. While most of Drake's track was aimed at Kendrick Lamar and Metro Boomin, he didn't spare Ross, calling him out for butting into the beef. "Can't believe he jumping in," Drake quipped about Ross, who's turning 50. Drake also threw some punches at Ross, suggesting that Ross owes his chart success to him and advising him to spend his earnings and steer clear of Drake's business. Shortly after Drake's track leaked, Ross swiftly hit back with Champagne Moments, with insiders telling DJ Academics that Ross hit the studio immediately in response.
If you burn those two, I already know how you feel about me, and I just don't respect it, you know what I'm saying? Right. And if, I just felt it was time for somebody to let homie know that, that ain't gangsta.
On Ross's diss track, he takes aim at Drake, labeling him a white boy, accusing him of stealing his flow from Lil Wayne, alleging he uses ghostwriters, and even claiming he had cosmetic surgery, specifically a nose job. Ross rapped, "That's why you had an operation to make your nose smaller than your father knows."
Anyway, nigga, that's why you had an operation to make your nose smaller than your father knows.
Apparently, it was this particular claim about the nose job that caught the attention of Drake's mom. She sent him a text on Sunday morning, which Drake shared on his Instagram stories. In the text, Drake's mom expressed disbelief at the internet rumors about her son getting a nose job, humorously adding, "I can't believe you would get one without me, 'cause you know I always wanted one." Drake, quick with his wit, responded with a playful jab, saying, "I would have got us a 2-for-1 deal if I went, ma." He kept the discussion going on the nose job rumors, saying, "It's coming from Rick Ross, the guy I did songs with. He's gone loopy off the weight loss drug. Mounjaro he hasn't eaten in days, and it's turned him angry and racist. He's performing at proms for money. It's bad." Drake also hinted that he's gearing up for another lyrical strike aimed straight at Ross. "Don't worry, we'll handle it." And just to make sure Ross got the message loud and clear, he tagged Rick's @RichForever and quipped, "You're one nosy goof." The feud that's been stirring up the top tiers of hip-hop started weeks back with Kendrick Lamar's verse in Future and Metro Boomin's Like That, where he took shots at Drake and J. Cole. J. Cole fired back initially with his own track, 7-Minute Drill, but later expressed regret for it during a speech at his Dreamville festival. Rap fans eagerly awaited Drake's response, which, after a lengthy online debate over whether the track was AI-generated or not, was kinda confirmed to be Push-Ups, Drop and Give Me 50. Competition has always been a solid foundation of hip-hop. Even before the days of Tupac versus Biggie or Jay-Z versus Nas, it was DJs battling it out at legendary block parties, breakdancers going head-to-head in cyphers, and MCs trading fiery bars in intense rap battles. These traditions laid down the groundwork for a genre that's constantly evolving, turning hip-hop into a worldwide phenomenon and raising the bar for rap artistry. So when tensions started brewing last month among what's often referred to as the industry's Big Three, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and J. Cole, after Lamar took direct shots at Drake and Cole in a guest verse on Like That, a track from the latest Future and Metro Boomin album, We Don't Trust You, fans were on the edge of their seats, anticipating an epic rap battle. A showdown between Lamar, Drake, and Cole would be the pinnacle for three rap heavyweights who have been ruling their domain, racking up countless awards, earning critical acclaim, and sparking heated debates among fans over who's the greatest in the game. "It's been the most thrilling time in hip-hop we've had in a while," remarked Soumya Krishnamurthy, a music journalist and author. "It's the first time we've seen three artists at the top of their game, really vying for the crown." But what followed Lamar's fiery verses wasn't exactly your typical hip-hop beef. J. Cole teased a response but later pulled back. $1 AP. Rocky took his own shots at Drake, and a leaked diss track from Drake made its rounds on social media. Lamar's verse on Like That made reference to Drake and Cole's 2023 collaboration, First Person Shooter, where Cole dubbed them the industry's top trio. We the big three like we started a league, but right now, I feel like Muhammad Ali, Cole spit. Lamar bluntly brushed off that notion, concluding with, "It's just big me." However, most of his venom was directed at Drake, seemingly comparing himself to Prince and Drake to Michael Jackson, noting that Prince outlived Mike Jack, and cleverly referencing Drake's latest album, For All the Dogs, with lines like, "For all your dogs getting buried / that's a K with all these nines, he gon' see Pet Cemetery." According to Rob Markman, a music journalist and vice president of content strategy at Genius, a service that annotates song lyrics, Lamar drew a line in the sand with this verse. Kendrick is the aggressor here. His stance, so it seems, is you can't just say you're the greatest. You're going to have to prove that. We're not in a world where you can just say anything. This is hip-hop. On April 5th, Cole surprised fans with the drop of his album Might Delete Later, which included the track 7-Minute Drill. In this song, the North Carolina native took some jabs at Lamar, suggesting that Lamar only comes through with one good rap verse every 30 months, and that he disses other artists in his music just for attention. Cole didn't hold back, also criticizing Lamar's acclaimed albums To Pimp a Butterfly and Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, calling the first one boring and overrated, and the second one tragic. But it seems many listeners weren't feeling Cole's angle. The problem with that verse is Kendrick has a stellar discography, pointed out Markman, a music journalist and VP at Genius. The whole thing about battle rap, it doesn't all have to be true, but when you're most successful is when you take a bit of the truth and twist it in your favor, and you get the public on your side. I think that's what Cole tried to do here. I think it was a swing and a miss. Seemingly realizing this, Cole took a step back. While on stage at his Dreamville Festival in Raleigh, North Carolina, he admitted that the response to the song didn't sit right with him, messing with his sleep and peace of mind. "That was the lamest, goofiest," Cole remarked, and he promised fans to update the song or remove it from streaming services, which he did. J. Cole famously said he let Nas down in a song many years ago, and with this move, he's let hip-hop down, said Krishnamurthy, a music journalist and author. It's disappointing to see that somebody who, as an athlete himself, understands healthy competition and sportsmanship, and also is a true lover of the art form of hip-hop, would come out with a diss record, and then 48 hours later, rescind it. Meanwhile, Drake seemed to fire back at Lamar with a diss track titled Push-Ups, which was leaked on social media. In it, Drake didn't just target Lamar, but also took shots at others like Metro Boomin, Future, The Weeknd, Rick Ross, and even referenced J. Cole's apology. While the track wasn't officially released, Drake hinted at its legitimacy on Instagram, posting a photo that some fans interpreted as confirmation. LeBron James also added fuel to the fire with an emoji-filled post, suggesting the track might be legitimate. In the world of hip-hop, it seems like alliances are forming on both sides. Lamar's diss came on a track with Metro Boomin, who's had some issues with Drake and Future, another frequent collaborator of Drake's. And there's speculation that Rick Ross threw some shade at Drake after posting a video of himself listening to Lamar's verse while enjoying a cigar. "It's almost like Marvel's Captain America Civil War," said Markman, "where you got superheroes on one side, superheroes on another side, and it's about to be a clash going on." Adding to the mix, $1 AP, Rocky joined forces against Drake on Friday, appearing on the track Show of Hands from Future and Metro Boomin's latest album, We Still Don't Trust You. Imagine if Drake and Kendrick Lamar finally decide to face off in a rap battle for the ages. It wouldn't just be because of Kendrick's recent verse on Future and Metro Boomin's Like That. Nope, it's deeper than that. It's not about industry politics or petty issues. It's about something much bigger. Now, I'm not usually big on rap beef, and Snoop Dogg himself has pointed out that it often boils down to egos fueled by corporate interests trying to keep the industry divided. But the tension between Drake and Kendrick runs deeper. It's like a civil war within hip-hop, representing two different sides of the genre. Think about the so-called Big Three of rap: Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole. Drake and Kendrick have both collaborated with Cole in the past and seem cool with him. Kendrick only took a shot at Cole on Like That because he's too close to Drake. But here's the thing. Drake and Kendrick are just too different from each other. They can't stand the thought of people preferring the other over themselves. That fundamental difference is what keeps them at odds. There's history between Drake and Rocky, especially considering Drake's past relationship with Rihanna, who shares 2 children with Rocky. Rocky's lyrics seem to touch on that history, and even Drake's son, whose existence was revealed during Drake's beef with Pusha T in 2018. Cole's apology speech sparked a storm on social media, with fans feeling let down by the missed opportunity for a big showdown. Even brands like Spotify jumped into the mix, posting billboards across New York City proclaiming, "Hip-hop is a competitive sport." Fans expressed disappointment, with many hoping for a response from Drake. During a live stream on Monday, DJ Akademiks shared his conversation with Drake, indicating that Drake wouldn't be taking the same route as Cole. "Please don't apologize and do no weirds," Akademiks said he messaged Drake. Drake allegedly responded, "I can't believe you would pull up and say some like that to me. You must not know me." Various voices in the hip-hop world have chimed in. Charlemagne the God expressed respect for Cole's decision to step back from the feud, emphasizing the importance of staying true to oneself amidst social media pressures. On the other hand, gangster rap mogul Marion Suge Knight had harsh words for Cole on his podcast, Collect Call, urging him to stand his ground. Knight's comments evoke memories of the fierce East Coast-West Coast rivalry of the mid-90s, which tragically ended with the deaths of Biggie Smalls and Tupac Shakur. Fortunately, beef in hip-hop nowadays rarely escalates to that level. As long as it fuels the art, as long as it stays on record, as long as nobody gets hurt in real life, as long as you don't end up with a Biggie and Pac situation, I think the competition is good for us, Markman concluded. If it ever did come to a real rap battle, it's needless to say that Drake would get crucified. Back in 2018, on the red carpet of the Emmy Awards, Millie Bobby Brown, who was 14 at the time, shared that she and Drake were great friends who often texted each other. "We just texted each other the other day and he was like, 'I miss you so much.' And I was like, 'I miss you more.' He's great," she told Access Hollywood. At that time, Drake was 32. As soon as the news spread, especially on Twitter, people started expressing concerns about the relationship between the two celebrities. It became evident rather quickly that Brown wasn't the only underage girl Drake was in contact with. Fast forward to November 2019, Billie Eilish sat down with Vanity Fair for her 3rd consecutive yearly interview, where she answered the same set of questions to reflect on her life and career. In one segment, she was asked, "Who is the most famous person in your phone?" In her 2017 interview, she mentioned Khalid as the most famous person, calling him a homie of mine. But by 2019, Eilish had a much longer list of famous contacts to choose from. She named Hailey and Justin Bieber, Young Thug, Avril Lavigne, Ariana Grande, Kid Cudi, Ty Dolla $, Teyana Taylor, and others before finally mentioning Drake. She went on to praise Drake for his kindness, despite his fame and success. She shared that they've exchanged texts in the past. "But like Drake, come on. Drake is like the nicest dude I've ever spoken to. I mean, I've only texted him, but he's so nice. Like, he does not need to be nice. You know what I mean? He's at a level of his life where he doesn't need to be nice, but he is. You know?" Eilish said during the interview. While the interactions between Eilish and Drake might seem harmless, some fans found it concerning that the artist, who was 33 at the time, was once again involved in texting an underage girl. Although the two events listed above were dubious enough to raise some questions, Drake has shown predatory behavior on other occasions as well. Back in May 2010, while playing in Denver, Colorado, the rapper invited a fan to join him on stage. Someone at the performance captured what transpired next in a video that leaked online in 2019, shortly after Brown disclosed that Drake, whom she first met in Australia in November 2017, texted her advice about boys. In the 2010 video, the Canadian rapper calls the girl on stage during his show at the Ogden Theatre, dances with her, kisses her neck, comments on her shampoo, and pulls her shirt down at the back of her neck to kiss her again. After putting both hands across her chest while standing behind her, he picks up his microphone and declares he is carried away. When questioned her age, the girl says, 17, to which Drake adds, I can't go to jail yet, man. Despite finding her age, he asks, why do you look like that? You thick. Look at all this. I don't know if I should feel guilty or not, but I had fun. I like the way your breasts feel against my chest. He then kisses her on the cheeks and forehead in an unsettling manner. Drake would have been 23 when the video was taken. Colorado's age of consent is 17. He has yet to respond to the footage, and his representative in the United States has consistently declined to comment. If you thought that was the last of Drizzy's problematic behavior, think again. Drake sings a verse in the song Mr. Right Now, which was released in 2020 by Atlanta-based rapper 21 Savage and American record producer Metro Boomin, on their collaborative album Savage Mode 2, drew attention for its mention of SZA. Yeah, said she wanna fuck to some SZA, wait, cause I used to date SZA back in 08, Drake raps on the single. SZA and Drake would have been 17 and 22 years old respectively in 2008. While the rapper's homeland of Toronto has a consent age of 16, he currently resides in California at the age of 18. You know, there's a pretty clear pattern emerging here. Sandra Song, in a 2018 piece for Nylon, hit the nail on the head when she highlighted Drake's penchant for getting involved with younger women. She framed it as a bigger issue rooted in our society. Too many powerful men and too many women striving for recognition and power within a system that often doesn't give them a fair shake. And it's not just a harmless trend. As Song pointed out, it often leads to some form of exploitation or abuse. Just think about all those other young women out there who aren't in the public eye like Millie Bobby Brown. They deserve just as much attention and protection. Remember the Lifetime documentary, Surviving R. Kelly? It featured gut-wrenching interviews with numerous women who alleged abuse by the singer. Shockingly, these abuses often played out in plain sight, yet nobody intervened. The whole culture surrounding celebrities has blurred the lines between what's consensual and what's predatory. But it's crucial to focus on these smaller incidents like Drake's before another scandal erupts and we're left scrambling to clean up the mess it leaves on young minds. Drake's had his fair share of legal tussles over sample clearances. Back in 2012, his ex, Erica Lee, took him to court over Marvin's Room, claiming he used her voice without giving her due credit or royalties. They settled out of court the next year. Then, just last year, Ghanaian rapper Obrafour also went after Drake, alleging he used a sample without permission in Calling My Name. Obrafour's aiming for a hefty $10 million in damages. Now, onto some family drama. Remember back in 2017 when Sophie Brousseau, a former adult film star, claimed Drake was the dad of her son Adonis? Well, turns out it was true. But Drake kept it under wraps until Pusha T spilled the beans in his 2018 diss track, The Story of Adidon. Drake finally addressed it on his album Scorpion, especially on the track March 14th, where he talks about finding out Adonis was his son. He also dropped lines like, I wasn't hiding my kid from the world, I was hiding the world from my kid on Emotionless. Drake's security team has had its fair share of controversies over the years. Back in 2014, there was a lawsuit from Detail, a collaborator of Drake's, who claimed he was lured to Drake's place only to get punched by Drake's head of security, Chubbs, breaking his jaw. Then, there were other incidents too. One of Drake's security guards reportedly got rough with Shawn Mendes in 2017, and there was another incident in a Florida nightclub back in 2010 where a punch was thrown. Now, onto some spicy celebrity drama. Remember when rumors started swirling about Drake being involved with Kim Kardashian amidst her messy split with Kanye West in 2018? Kim's denied it, but Drake didn't exactly douse the flames. He dropped hints in his songs like Wants and Needs, and even posted a pic with Chris Paul after Ye accused Kim of being involved with him. And let's not forget Drake's track Rescue Me from April 2023, which included a snippet of Kim talking about divorcing Ye. Drama, drama, drama. Now about that controversial performance of Every Girl at the 2009 BET Awards, where they brought young girls on stage, including Lil Wayne's daughter Reginae. Drake later admitted it was a bad move and apologized, saying it wasn't meant to offend anyone. In November 2018, Drake wrapped up a lawsuit with Laquana Morris, also known as Layla Lace. She had accused him of sexual assault during his 2017 Boy Meets World tour in the UK. According to The Independent, Drake did admit to having consensual sex with Morris, but strongly denied her assault allegations. In fact, he countersued her for civil extortion, fraud, emotional distress, abuse of process, and defamation. To avoid a trial, Morris agreed to a stipulated judgment. This agreement stopped her from repeating her accusations against Drake, as reported by The Independent. Later, in 2019, it came out that Drake settled the case for $350,000. Now, onto a bit of controversy surrounding Drake's music video for his 2012 track HYFR, Hell Ya Fucking Right. It was filmed at a Jewish temple in Miami, featuring a mock bar mitzvah for Drake. However, the president of the temple, Ben Quain, wasn't too thrilled about it. He made it clear that the temple wasn't involved or supportive of the video's production. Then, there's that infamous nightclub brawl in June 2012 involving Drake and singer Chris Brown. The tension stemmed from Drake's connection to Rihanna, Brown's ex-girlfriend. Reports say the fight erupted after Drake allegedly returned a peace offering from Brown with a note referencing Rihanna. Things got messy, with both sides' crews tossing bottles and glasses, and Brown ended up with a nasty cut on his chin. Back in 2015, Meek Mill stirred up quite the storm when he accused Drake of using Quentin Miller as a ghostwriter for his verse on Rico, from Mill's album Dreams Worth More Than Money. Now, in the hip-hop world, using a ghostwriter is a big no-no. It's like saying you're the artist when someone else is doing the heavy lifting behind the scenes. Drake, though, had a response. According to NME, he said, "I need, sometimes, individuals to spark an idea so that I can take off running. Music at times can be a collaborative process." Quentin Miller, who did have writing credits on Drake's mixtape If You're Reading This It's Too Late, made it clear on Tumblr that he wasn't Drake's ghostwriter. He said, "I am not and never will be a ghostwriter for Drake." Fast forward, Miller later revealed he didn't get paid for his work on If You're Reading This It's Too Late because he was stuck in a publishing deal with producer Tricky Stewart. Now, onto a bit of club drama. In March 2012, after a gig in Oklahoma City, Drake and his crew hit up Dollhouse Lounge for a paid appearance. But things took a turn when the club reportedly got shut down because some of Drake's crew were caught smoking weed, as TMZ reported. The club owner wasn't too pleased and wanted Drake's camp to cough up some cash for the trouble. Drake's reps stayed mum about the whole ordeal when TMZ reached out for comment. During a concert in Miami, Drake had one heart-to-heart moment with one lucky fan that caught the internet's attention. In a video that went viral on X, formerly Twitter, Drake spotted a fan holding up a sign about being dumped after splurging on concert tickets for him and his now ex-girlfriend. "I spent all my savings buying tickets for me and my ex, but honestly, never mind, it's really her loss," Drake read from the sign, making a clever nod to two of his albums. Then he quipped, "So she ain't coming with you tonight? What the fuck is wrong with her?" As the crowd chimed in with a chant of "fuck that bitch," Drake decided to lighten the mood by pulling out $50,000 for the heartbroken fan. "All right, that's a little aggressive, but you know what? She's gonna feel real fucked up because I'ma give you 50 bands so you gonna flex on her tonight. I won't say it like y'all said it, but fuck that young lady," he said. While some might see Drake's gesture as a generous move to help out a fan in need, others weren't so sure. Critics suggested that Drake's action perpetuated a misogynistic mindset, painting the ex-girlfriend as the villain for leaving the man. It's not the first time Drake has faced backlash for potentially misogynistic behavior either. In his song Circo Loco, he seemed to question Megan Thee Stallion's claims of being shot, prompting a sharp response from her. In Drake's music, there are some troubling patterns that have caught the attention of critics. One writer coined the term nice guy misogyny to describe how Drake's songs often objectify women or perpetuate harmful stereotypes. For instance, in Emotionless from his 2017 album Scorpion, he seemed to criticize young women's reliance on social media, singing, "I know a girl happily married till she puts down her phone." Then there's Girls Like Girls from Certified Lover Boy, which not only fetishizes lesbians but also spreads a homophobic idea that straight men can convert queer women. But it's not just the music. There's a deeper theme of male dominance over women that runs through Drake's lyrics. In his verse on The Game's Good Girls Go Bad, he questions women's sexual history, and in Live from the Gutter, he tells a woman to shut your mouth and take what's coming. It echoes sentiments of ownership over women, reminiscent of Andrew Tate's quote. One of the best things about being a man is being territorial and being able to say, that is mine. And it's not just his songs. Drake's personal life raises eyebrows, too. There's his questionable interactions with underage girls, his treatment of Sophie Brasseur, with whom he has a child, and his sometimes strange behavior towards fellow musicians like Rihanna and Nicki Minaj. This casual misogyny doesn't just stay within the realm of music, it's part of a larger cultural trend. The rise of extremist figures like Andrew Tate and Jordan Peterson, along with podcasts and influencers promoting outdated gender roles, all contribute to a troubling ideology that seeks to control and belittle women. The rise of the alpha male movement is gaining traction, especially among young men, and it's a trend that's raising some serious concerns. Many young guys are being drawn into online communities where toxic masculinity is celebrated, and there's even encouragement for violence against women. It's gotten so big that even kids as young as 6 are aware of figures like Andrew Tate, with some boys as young as 8 expressing positive views about his misogynistic remarks. But it's not just harmless talk. The spread of this misogyny is leading to real and tragic consequences. Take the heartbreaking case in the UK where a 15-year-old girl lost her life after stepping in to defend a friend from a boy's aggressive advances. Now, how does Drake fit into all of this? Well, he's not out there committing violent acts, but his actions still play a part in the bigger picture. By normalizing certain behaviors or attitudes towards women, he adds to the culture where misogyny thrives. It's like he's a small stream feeding into a much larger river of hatred towards women, one that not only tolerates but even rewards such behavior. So, while Drake might not be handing out red pills, his influence is definitely worth thinking about. That's all for the video, folks. Thanks for watching.